What is up, guys? It's Christian Owenby here with Splendor Media, and today I wanted to talk to you about what love really is. Because I think today in our society, we kind of have this notion that love is something that might be physical only, or only a feeling that you get with like family, friends, or a significant other. But love is a lot deeper than that. Love means a whole lot, and it can mean a lot of things that we might not necessarily catch on to immediately. So I have a scripture here that I would like to kind of go over with you and check it out. So this is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. And it says, "Love is large and incredibly patient. Love is gentle and consistently kind to all. It refuses to be jealous when a blessing comes to someone else. Love does not brag about one's achievements, nor inflate its own importance. Love does not traffic in shame and disrespect, nor selfishly seek its own honor. Love is not easily irritated or quick to take offense. Love joyfully celebrates honesty and finds no delight in what is wrong. Love is a safe place of shelter, for it never stops believing the best for others. Love never takes failure as defeat, for it never gives up." This is a very powerful scripture because it kind of defines what love is for us, right? We don't really have to go too deep to find exactly what love means. But if we look in other translations, we can dive a little deeper as to why these things are said, right? So for an instance, in the New Living Translation or the New King James Version, it doesn't just say love is patient and love is kind. It says love suffers long, right? So what does that mean? Right? For me, long suffering, it kind of sounds obvious. You suffer for a long time. Kind of sounds simple. But is it really? What does long suffering mean? What are some of the synonyms for it, right? One of them is meek, which means to be gentle. AKA, if you look back at that, it says love is gentle and consistently kind, right? Long suffering also means to be humble, which means to set aside ourselves and our pride. Now, here's one that I don't think a lot of people will realize is stoical. Enduring pain and hardship. Sounds similar, of course, because that's what suffering long is. But here's really the big one for me. Uncomplaining. See, when we complain about things, right, we talk about our suffering, right? And yes, we can come to God with our own hardships, but when we don't understand what these definitions of long suffering are, we forget who faced long suffering for us. Who endured? Who was betrayed? Who even in death rose again and saw no defeat? And just as a disclaimer here, this does not make your problems less real, but what it does mean is that having faith in God and loving God gets us past the battle in a big part, and it is how we have a relationship with Him, and it is how love exists. Now, another scripture translates love as charity. What is charity then? Well, the definition of charity is the voluntary giving of helping those in need, which means that love by itself is sacrificial. It does not demand its own way. It allows you to let go of pride, idealism, legalism, religion, control, even understanding, not only for others, but for yourselves and for God, right? In Philippians 4, verses 6 through 7, it says, "Do not be pulled in different directions or worried about a thing. Be saturated in prayer throughout each day, offering your faith-filled requests before God with overflowing gratitude. Tell Him every detail of your life. Then God's wonderful peace that transcends human understanding will make the answers known to you through Jesus Christ," which means by living in love and having a relationship with God, we can be stripped of our own understanding and see things from a completely different perspective and learn how to love. So, a quick overview of what I've discussed already. Love can be described in these two terms, long-suffering and charity. But it can also be broken down into one, which is Jesus. See, Jesus did all of these things. He endured. He died on the cross for us. He was betrayed. He felt hurt and There was things that even he went to God in the Garden of Gethsemane and said, Lord, is there any possible way for this to not happen, but let your will be done? See, he didn't want to, but he did anyways because he was willing to sacrifice for us, right? So if Jesus embodies love, then Jesus is love. God is love at the end of the day. When we understand that God is love, we realize how conditional our own love is and why we need him. We can only love as much as we know how to. We can't love others completely if we do not know what love is. So that's what I had to share with you today, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you liked what you saw today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.